Hello, everyone. I'm back. Yes, yes, yes. I am still here. I was not abducted by aliens, as some people were jokingly saying. I was like, no, aliens don't want none of this. I can promise you. But I just, first of all, I I want as I you I just don't feel like you could ever say thank you enough. And so if you are watching this video and you're someone in my close circle, you know that I just celebrated my 52nd trip around the sun last week, and just the love that I got from everyone was just it was just I really really appreciated it. I really do. I love birthdays. I really do. I'm a whole birthday nerd. I do, and I just feel like they should be national holidays. And if that's it, until everybody, I'm gonna make it my own. I will have it make it my own national holiday. So. So this is my opportunity to first just take a moment to just say thank you to all of you for the love and just the hugs and virtual love that you extended, that you sent my way for my birthday. I really appreciate it. Right. So now that I have said that, welcome to the final episode of the Method to the Magic series. And for my friend who always is like, she says, I love it when you sing your songs. So for you, you know who you are. The Method to the Magic. And as my one of my other friends had said, you never show your book. Okay, so here's my book. Okay, so yes, I bought my own book, because as I say to you all in the book at in one of the lessons of the book, that you have to sometimes you just got to double tap, instead of waiting for other people to double tap like you on social media, and there's a double tap like yourself. So I bought my own book. Yes, I did. And so bought the Kindle version, I bought the paperback and everything. So for those who have been saying you should show your book, here's my book, The Method to the Magic. And it is available for purchase on Amazon. It's only on Amazon because, as for those who know, that it is a completely self-published product. I did everything myself, wrote the book, typed everything, did the cover, did this little cool cover myself and everything. So it was a 100% self-published project. It's a short, easy read. It's only 35 pages on purpose. And so I would just encourage you to get it. It's available on Amazon, the both the Kindle edition and the paperback. All right. So there's my little book shout out for those who are who want to learn a little bit more about who actually want to get the book, right? And before I get into this final episode, this is not the final episode of Demetra Tate, because I'm not going anywhere. But this is the conclusion of the Method to the Magic episodes, okay? And so, I had shared this on my Facebook page, but for those of you who are not friends of my friends on Facebook, you did not see this. But a few weeks ago, I was on a call with I was looking into a particular online platform for, as I say in my book, I serve on the board for nonprofit organizations, and one nonprofit organization on which I serve as a board member, I'm also their treasurer. I have been looking into like this online board, like board governance product to them. And so I participated in this, like I did like a 1 hour where they did a presentation, and it was a one-on-one introduction of this product. And it's called Board Effects, and if any of you want to know more about it, I can tell you outside of this video. Just hit me a message. But it's a really great platform, and for board governance. And the person, I was on the phone with him, and I just happened to make a statement, and one of the statements in the book, and I said, complaining is not a strategy. It was something we talked about, and he was like, "Oh, I like that," and I said, "Well, if you like that, there's 11 more." And then I talked to him about my book, and I'm telling you something. He bought my book. He bought my book. It must have been like within 5 minutes of us hanging up that call, because he sent me an email telling me that he just bought this book. but then, like, within a few days later, after having read my book, he sent me this email that literally brought tears to my eyes, you guys. I mean, all of that. And I cut and pasted, but because he had said, and it was, and this was somebody, like I said, this is not someone in my personal circle. This was someone that I met through. I participated in this presentation, and I was just being Demetria because everybody else was already taken. And he sent me this email, and the email said, hey, Demetria, I read your book last night, and oh my God, I loved every page. It felt like I was watching an inspirational movie, or like my soul had gotten a massage after reading it. And so I'm not going to read the rest of the message that he said, but it was like, and I was like, oh my God, that was so cool. And it was just really inspiring. So when I tell you guys that, my book is comprised of lessons that I've learned, and lessons that I've learned, and they're lessons that I still live in my day-to-day life. Like, I live my lessons out loud every day. And I just encourage you to get the book. There's not been one person, not in my personal, professional, and let me tell you something. I pass out my business cards everywhere I go. I talk about me, because if I don't talk about me, no one else is going to talk about me. So I do it myself. And everyone who has read my book has gotten something from it. And so I just encourage you to get it. I think it's a great book. It's a great book. The method to the magic. But before I get into tonight's bonus lesson, because I promised you all a bonus lesson, I just just kind of recap, like, all of the, just to do just a quick touch on each lesson in my book. I'm not going to go in order. I did not do these episodes in order, so I'm not going to do my recap in order, right? But just to, because this recap is a lead in to the bonus lesson and how I was inspired by this lesson, right? But the first one, trust yourself to be the expert. That is lesson 1 in the book, but trust yourself to be the expert. If you know something, then you know what you know. So trust yourself in that. And when you do that, it's really, really helpful. Just trust yourself. I'm not going, because you should get the book, so I'm not going to go through and read everything. I'm just giving you touching on certain things. Another lesson, this is, I say this a lot, and a lot of people, they quote me on it. This is lesson 10. Complaining is not a strategy. Complaining is not a strategy for victory. Only thing complaining is annoying. It's like, I'm so sick of hearing people complain till I just don't know what to do with myself. It's not a strategy. Like, so I talk about that in my book, and just in a little bit more detail. Just complaining is not, shut up, stop complaining. People are sick of hearing you complain, and you know what, you're making other people sick, and you're making yourself sick too. I'm just saying. No is a complete sentence. That's lesson number 4 in my book. No is a complete sentence. You could just say no. You don't have to explain it. Just no. Just no. That's all. No, I won't do that. No, that's it. All right. You only decide something once. Lesson 3. But you only decide something once. It's like, once you make a decision to do something, once you decide that this is something that you're going to do, the decision has already been made. So just do it. The first person that has to honor and respect a decision that you have made is you. You have to do it first. Other people will just get in where they fit in. If they don't fit, then it's not, then, to the left. I mean, seriously. But it's just like, no is a complete sentence. You only live once, that YOLO. You only live once, that is not a true statement. That's what lesson is that? 9. Yeah, that's not true. You live every day. Let me tell you what you only do once. You only die once. Okay? So, you only live, that's not a true statement. It's just not true. I wish people would stop saying it. So that's not true. Lesson 11, all I do is win. All I do is win. And I talk in my book about how, when I was playing basketball, how my coach would, when I was in, school playing basketball, and how my coach, like, we would always like at the end of every game, we'd have to watch recordings and we would learn lessons and what we didn't get right. So I just feel that if there's a lesson in it for you, then that's a win. And so, so when something doesn't go the way that you originally calculated, what I've learned to do is rather than get in the corner and have a pity party, I don't do pity parties anyway, but y'all do. So, but what I've learned to do is that rather than getting in this corner and just being like, oh, cry me a river, I look for the lesson in it. It's like this happened or did not happen for a reason. So because everything happens for a reason, then there's a win in this for me. There's a win in this. I could do a whole book on all giving you examples on that. But it's just like, but I just look at it. I look at it as like, what was the lesson that I needed to learn in this? And so if there's a lesson in it, then all that I do is win. There's no winning and losing. There's winning and learning. So if you're learning, you're winning, right? So all I do is win. Listen, speaking of listening, some of y'all really need to just work on this. Listen to learn. That's lesson 5. I got a little cheat sheet here because I'm not going in order because I could just check the book. Listen to learn. Like a lot of people, y'all, they just stink at listening. They're just terrible because they don't listen to learn. They listen to agree or disagree. And that's what they do. And because of that, that's not what listening is about. Listening is about learn something. You can learn something. And you can learn something from people with whom you don't necessarily agree. You can still learn something from them. You can. You can. If you just like close your mouth and listen, you can learn something. The shortest distance between 2 points, that's lesson 2. The shortest distance between 2 points, it's just a straight line. Just go straight. Some of you, and I used to be one of these people. I'm telling you guys, when I was writing this book, I was thinking about my life. That's why I say the lesson, this book, the method to the magic, is about, it's really, they're lessons. They are comprised of lessons that I've learned from getting the crap kicked out of me. I mean, seriously. And one of those is that the shortest distance between 2 points, it's just a straight line. Some of us, you're just doing too much. And because you're doing too much, you're doing so much, and then nothing is getting done. Just stop. Just go straight. And stop overthinking things, there should always be small victories to celebrate. A lot of you like that. You like that video. That's lesson 7. There should always be small victories to celebrate on your way to the bigger prize. There should always be small victories to celebrate. Always have some. Break your ultimate goal down into small, manageable parts that where you can have these little more easily attainable goals on the way. I'll give you this one example that's in my book. I'm gonna give you this one. I'm not giving you anything else. Get the book. I reference a friend of mine who was she was trying to lose weight, and I can't remember in the book if I talked about her wanting to lose 50 pounds. Either way, it was too much weight to think about at one time. I think it was like 100. I can't remember exactly the specific number, because I always have friends who are always trying to lose weight. I can't keep up. And I said, that's too much weight to think about at one time. Like, just lose 10 pounds at a time. Anybody can lose 10 pounds. So just lose 10 pounds, and then once you lose that 10 pounds, move on to the next 10 pounds, and then the next 10 pounds. And before you know it, all that weight is gone, right? Just lose 10 pounds at a time. That's it. Break your goal into small victories to celebrate along the way, right? Why didn't you know? This is lesson 6. Why didn't you know? And people, I hear that all the time. I've said that. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I couldn't do that. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could do. It's like, well, why didn't you know? Did you read? Because that's why a lot of you didn't know. Me too. It's like, why didn't you know? Oh, I didn't know that. Why? It was written, and I use an example in my book about how, when I was, at my previous place of employment, I had, people would come into my office and like talking about like benefits and everything, and they would say, "Oh, I didn't know that." Something about with the sick policy and this and the other. And I'm like, really? Well, why didn't you know? Because it's in the it's in the handbook, and you signed a statement, a thing saying that you have received this handbook and that you understand that it is your responsibility to read and understand the handbook. So if you didn't know the policy on sick days, I don't know why you didn't know, because you didn't know because you didn't read. It's not my fault you didn't know. It's in there, right? So that's one of the things. You will never get caught up. That's lesson 8. You'll never get caught up. There's just no such thing as getting caught up. There's always going to be something to do. There's always going to be something to do. So stop trying to get caught up. Just do the best that you can with what you have. Get that done. Go to bed. This was a lot of why in my book I use the example about how I had gotten like a health scare. Is what I had a really crazy hair scare. I actually had 2, and that's what that was the deciding factor for my stepping away from the corporate world and starting my own business. G2G Innovative Solutions. G2G stands for Good to Great. Check out the website. But that was a lot. It was just this health scare, and I'm like, look, I'm not gonna be riding. I'm not gonna be taking all these trips to the hospital and everything, and being stuck in the hospital looking like a glowworm. I'm not gonna be doing too many more of them. Yeah. Or how about no more of them? Because it only happened once, and the second time I did not ignore the warning shot, and I stepped away, right, and started my own thing, right. And so it's like, because you'll never get caught up. And the thing about it is that and I use in my book for the example, I talk about when I was in the hospital for those 3 days, and I said, I said in the book, I said, do you guys want to know you guys know what happened to all that work that I was killing myself trying to get caught up on? I'm like, neither do I. I don't know what happened to it, but I was still here and still alive. You never get caught up. Stop. And then just finish strong. That's lesson 12. Just finish strong. It's like, it doesn't matter how you start something, it's how you finish. And it is never too late to hit the reset button. Never. I have got the hat, t-shirt, and bumper sticker on hitting the reset button. So those are the 12 lessons in the book. Now here's the bonus lesson. And the bonus lesson is really a consolidated thought around everything. Now, here's the bonus lesson. The bonus lesson is, how you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. And if it's not, whose fault is that? Because it should be. Because I talk in my book about the thermostat and the thermometer and things like that. But how you do anything is how you do everything. And it should be that way. It's like, I have, for the most part, I'm very systematic in terms of how I do things. It's because, and you think about that, how you do anything. Like, I have a process in terms of just how I fold my clothes, and I'll sit there and I have people watch me, even my daughter, when she would say, and I said, I do everything like this. I do everything like this, and so, and when you take all of these lessons and you look at them individually, the sum of them, when you think about, you apply these lessons across every area of your life. How you do anything is how you do everything, and it should be. And I'm telling you guys, it's like, it's a really great, empowering feeling when you get that in your spirit. It just, I'm just anything. How you do anything. How, and people, and you know what it is? People would say to me, oh, Demetra, you don't have to do it that way. You have to. I said, no, you don't have to do it this way. But we talking about me. And this is the way I do things. This is the way I do things. I make my bed every morning before I do anything. Well, after I go to the bathroom. But it's just like, because it's just, I have this thing, and how you do anything is how you do everything. Anything. I have a systematic way in terms of just brushing my teeth. Like it just because it's like an operational efficiency type way. It's how you do anything is how you do everything. And this, my book, as I say, it's like, stop trying to think outside of the box and just get rid of the box. Like, just no more boxes. That's not even how you do anything, is how you do everything. It's not even a box mentality. It's just a common sense mentality. That's not a box. It's just like, look, this is the way I do this. This is the way I do this. And how you do this is how you do that. And look and think about, so that this challenge is, think about the things that you do. Think about how, just in terms of the way you drive to work. How you are just when you're driving to work. Some of you have, like, you're kind of relaxed under pressure. If you're relaxed under traffic pressure, you should be relaxed under any kind of pressure. Just breathe. Just take a deep breath. Take that and just decide how you, and start with something simple. Start with something simple like how you brew your coffee. I mean, you know what I mean? Just take that. I can't give you examples for you. I can just only talk about me. How I take all these lessons. No is a complete sentence. I apply the no. I do it with everything. I don't explain anything to anyone. I just don't, because I don't need to. Listen to learn, not to agree to disagree. I apply that to everything. With even this election, the election, it's like, no, I don't agree with a lot of the policies and everything, but I still listen to learn, because I'm gonna learn something from it. Whether I agree with it or not, it's not the point of me listening. And then you come up with your thing. It's like, all the small victories. I have small victories in everything that I do. I break it down into small manageable pieces and just do, like, just one thing at a time. And when you do that, it's a really cool thing. It really, really is. And so this is the close out of the Method to the Magic. I would say her name, but I don't know if she wants me putting her name out in public like that. Who always gets tickled when I sing the title of my book. But I love my book. Get the book. And, people have said, Demetria, it's like, are you going to write another book? I'm like, no. I'm not an author. I'm a consultant and everything. I did this. This was something I needed to do for me, and I shared it with you all. And so get the book. But you know what it is? I don't know. This was inspiring. It happened really, really fast. And but we'll see. But right now, I am about my G2G Innovative Solutions business. Check out the website, www.g2gis.com, and you can learn more about that. And holla at your girl if I can help you with anything. All right. So love you guys. Thank you for being on this journey with me. You guys have just been so doggone cool. I love you all. And hopefully this much longer than 15-minute video will make up for the fact that I've been kind of a cricket for a bit. All right. See you guys.